Welcome back to the channel, coin enthusiasts. Today we're diving into the most valuable commemorative 50-cent coins from Australia. These coins are more than just currency. They're miniature time capsules celebrating milestones in history and culture. And when it comes to rarity and collector demand, some of these coins are now worth big money in today's market. Let's get started. First up, the 2005 Australian 50-cent commemorative, issued to mark the 60th anniversary of the end of World War II. This coin carries with it a weight far greater than its face value. It represents sacrifice, remembrance, and the resilience of a nation that stood firm through one of history's darkest chapters. The coin's reverse design, created by the talented artist Wojciech Pietranek, is deeply symbolic. It depicts a solemn military cemetery scene featuring soldiers and a priest standing among rows of graves. The image is haunting, yet dignified, a reminder of the countless lives lost and the enduring respect owed to those who gave everything. Above the design sits the Latin script inscription, World War 1939 to 1945 Remembrance, flanked by the denomination 50 cents and the designer's initials, WP. It is a design that speaks directly to the heart, evoking both sorrow and pride. On the obverse, the coin carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This effigy, introduced in 1999, is sharper and more lifelike than previous depictions, showing the Queen in a more natural light. While the obverse grounds the coin in tradition and authority, it is the reverse that elevates the coin into the realm of numismatic storytelling. The balance of monarchy and memory encapsulates both national duty and historical reverence. In terms of specifications, the coin adheres to the standard 50-cent composition Australians have known since 1969. Struck in cupronickel, 75% copper and 25% nickel, it has a silvery appearance that gleams in higher grades. The coin weighs 15.55 grams and spans 31.51 millimeters across its 12 sides, a shape that makes it immediately recognizable to Australians and collectors worldwide. Despite its standard metal, the design makes it stand apart from any ordinary issue. Released into circulation and also in special collector sets, the 2005 Remembrance 50-cent coin had a respectable but limited mintage compared to regular coat of arms issues. This relative scarcity is a key factor in its value today. Millions were produced, but not in overwhelming numbers, ensuring that coins in very fine condition or better are still highly collectible and retain demand in the market. Your coin in very fine condition is particularly appealing to collectors. At this grade, the majority of the design elements remain clear and visible. The soldiers, priest, and gravestones still carry detail, while the inscriptions are sharp and easy to read. Although light, where is present, the coin's overall appearance is strong and attractive, ensuring it maintains value beyond its humble 50-cent denomination. The market value for circulated examples tends to hover between face value and $2 AUD. However, coins in very fine condition like yours can fetch between $5 and 15 Australian dollars, depending on the buyer's interest. Uncirculated examples are far more valuable, often reaching $20 to 40 Australian dollars, while pristine proof issues in official packaging can sell for $60 to $100 AUD. Rarer still are error coins, such as misstrikes or double lettering, which can push values into the hundreds of dollars, making them highly desirable to specialists. What truly fuels demand for this coin, however, is its emotional and historical connection. The 2005 Remembrance 50-cent coin isn't just another piece of pocket change. It is a tangible symbol of the sacrifices Australians made during World War II. Every collector who holds it is reminded of the men and women who served, the families who endured loss, and the shared national story of resilience and victory. That kind of emotional weight adds intangible value far beyond any auction price. For Australian collectors, this coin is often seen as a must-have. Many families still keep these coins aside as personal mementos, reducing the number available on the open market. This act of saving ensures that high-quality examples become scarcer over time, naturally increasing their collectible worth. In the long run, scarcity driven by sentiment can have just as much impact on value as the original mintage. The coin also enjoys strong appeal on the international stage. Collectors worldwide, especially those in Commonwealth nations, value coins that commemorate World War II. With Australia's significant contributions during the war, the imagery on this coin resonates globally. It is not just an Australian story. It is part of the shared history of freedom, resilience, and remembrance that unites many nations. Another element that ensures this coin's longevity and demand is its artistic merit. Pietranic, the designer, is known for his ability to capture deep emotion in simple imagery. His work here is no exception. The stark simplicity of soldiers, a priest, and a field of graves creates an enduring symbol of memory. It is not overly complex, yet it delivers a powerful emotional punch that few commemorative designs achieve. As with all numismatic treasures, condition is king. Every grade higher adds multiples to the coin's value. While very fine examples are already worth a collector's attention, coins in extremely fine or uncirculated grades are where the true investment potential lies. Proof versions, carefully struck and preserved, already command high prices and are expected to continue appreciating as fewer pristine examples remain in circulation. This coin also presents a lesson for collectors. Never underestimate the hidden gems in circulation. For many Australians, finding a 2005 Remembrance 50-cent coin in loose change is like discovering a piece of history hiding in plain sight. It may only be worth a few dollars today, but as time passes, its rarity and emotional pull could transform it into a prized possession worth much more. Imagine stumbling across such a coin decades from now. What today is valued at $10 could, with time and collector demand, climb exponentially. The combination of historical importance, national symbolism, and limited survival of high-grade examples could well make this coin a future numismatic star. It is not impossible to think of it as one of those coins that could, one day, turn an ordinary collector into a fortunate millionaire. The 2005 Australian 50-cent World War II remembrance coin is far more than a commemorative issue. It is a story of sacrifice cast in metal, a symbol of peace born from war, and a treasure that continues to attract collectors both at home and abroad. With its powerful design, its limited availability, and its enduring demand, this coin represents the perfect marriage of history and numismatics. Hold it, and you hold a piece of Australia's heart, one that just might grow into a fortune in the years to come. Next up, in 1994, Australia joined the world in celebrating an event of global significance, the International Year of the Family. To honor this occasion, the Royal Australian Mint released a special commemorative 50-cent coin that immediately stood out in everyday change. For Australians, it was not just a piece of money, but a symbol of the importance of family values, unity, and care within society. Today, this coin has grown into a sought-after collectible, blending sentimental meaning with numismatic value. The reverse design of the 1994 50-cent coin is both simple and profound. Created by designer Carolyn Rosser, it depicts a family drawn in a childlike style, a mother, father, and children holding hands. To the right sits the United Nations symbol for the International Year of the Family, represented by a circle surrounding a stylized heart. Together, these images remind us of the universal foundation that family provides across all cultures and communities. The obverse side of the coin carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. This effigy, used between 1985 and 1998, shows the Queen wearing the royal diadem crown and draped with jewelry, symbolizing stability and tradition. The combination of the modern childlike drawing on one side and the regal portrait on the other reflects the harmony between everyday life and national identity. As with all Australian 50-cent coins of this period, the specifications remain consistent. The coin is struck in cupronickel, 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a silver-like appearance. It has a diameter of 31.51 millimeters, a weight of 15.55 grams, and its distinctive dodecagonal, 12-sided, shape, which sets it apart from most world coinage. These specifications make it instantly recognizable and uniquely Australian. The symbolism of the reverse design is especially powerful. By choosing an image that looks like a child's drawing, Rosser highlighted the innocence and joy of family life as seen through the eyes of children. The UN family symbol beside it adds a sense of universality, reminding us that the concept of family transcends borders, politics, and language. This dual imagery makes the coin more than just currency. It's a message struck in metal. In terms of mintage, over 20 million coins were produced for circulation, making it widely available in 1994. This high mintage means that circulated examples are relatively easy to find even today, and many Australians still stumble across them in their change. However, as time passes, coins in uncirculated condition or in official mint sets are becoming scarcer and more desirable among collectors. The value of the coin varies depending on condition. Circulated coins, such as the one in this description, usually trade for between $1 and $3 Australian, slightly above face value, due to their historical and commemorative significance. Coins in extra fine or uncirculated condition can fetch $10 to $20 Australian, while pristine examples and proof sets may be valued even higher. Rare mint errors, if discovered, could push the coin's worth into the hundreds of dollars, as error coins always attract intense collector demand. Although the coin is not considered rare in its circulated state, its collector appeal is undeniable. Many families who lived through the 1990s remember these coins with fondness, making them both nostalgic keepsakes and collector's items. For younger collectors, it represents a chance to own a tangible piece of history that celebrates universal values. What makes the 1994 50-cent coin particularly fascinating is its emotional connection. Unlike coins that mark political or military events, this piece focuses on the warmth of family life. Collectors often say that owning this coin feels more personal, as if it tells a story of home, belonging, and love. This emotional appeal adds an intangible layer of value that goes beyond money. The design philosophy also deserves recognition. Carolyn Rosser broke away from traditional heraldic or formal images and instead offered something playful and accessible. By choosing simplicity over complexity, she ensured that the coin would be understood by all, from young children to older collectors. This accessibility has been one of the keys to the coin's enduring popularity. From an investment perspective, while the 1994 coin in circulated condition may not make you rich overnight, it carries strong long-term potential. As more coins are lost, damaged, or hoarded in collections, their availability in high grades will decrease. In decades to come, uncirculated or proof examples may command much higher prices, particularly as commemorative issues from the 20th century continue to grow in demand. Collectors often seek out coins like this to complete a set of commemorative Australian 50-cent pieces. The 1994 issue holds a special place in these sets because of its human-centered design, making it a must-have for anyone building a comprehensive collection. Its presence ensures that no Australian commemorative collection feels complete without it. Another intriguing aspect is its international recognition. Because it celebrates a United Nations initiative, collectors around the world take an interest in this coin. It represents not only Australian history, but also a global event, giving it cross-border appeal. International collectors often pay premiums for high-grade examples. The condition described here, circulated, tells its own story. Worn edges, light scratches, and dulled luster are all reminders that this coin has served its purpose in everyday transactions. While such signs of wear lower its numismatic value compared to mint-state coins, they also enhance its authenticity as a circulated artifact of Australian life in the 1990s. Over time, the 1994 International Year of the Family 50-cent coin will continue to be a meaningful collectible. It may not yet carry the staggering price tags of ultra-rare issues, but its story, symbolism, and emotional weight ensure it will remain relevant and valued. For collectors, it's not just about the dollars. It's about owning a coin that captures the essence of family, unity, and heritage. The 1994 Australian 50-cent commemorative coin is more than metal and design. It's a piece of history that celebrates the strength of family, the importance of togetherness, and the role of Australia in a global movement. Whether kept in circulated form as a humble keepsake or preserved in pristine condition as an investment, it is a coin that will always resonate with meaning. Next up, the 2004 commemorative 50-cent coin stands as a symbol of national pride, artistic freedom, and the unique voice of the younger generation captured forever in metal. The reverse design is what makes this coin so special. Created by John Serrano, a 12-year-old student, it shows three of Australia's most beloved animals, the koala, wombat, and lorikeet, gathered in harmony. Their forms are charmingly simple, reflecting the youthful hand that drew them. Superimposed on the design are the initials JS, honoring the young designer, along with the bold denomination 50. It is a coin that carries innocence, creativity, and a uniquely Australian flavor. The obverse side of the coin, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. This effigy, introduced in 1999, presents the Queen in a more realistic and less formal style, reflecting a modern shift in portraiture. Paired with the playful reverse design, the obverse reminds us that Australia balances tradition with innovation. As with other 50-cent coins of its era, the specifications remain standard. It is struck in cupronickel, 75% copper and 25% nickel, has a diameter of 31.51 millimeters, weighs 15.55 grams, and carries the iconic dodecagonal, 12-sided, shape that makes it instantly recognizable. These features ensure it fits seamlessly into the wider family of Australian 50-cent pieces, while still standing out for its unique artwork. What sets this coin apart is its story of creation. The Royal Australian Mint held a nationwide competition inviting students to submit designs. Out of thousands of entries, John Serrano's was chosen, making him one of the youngest coin designers in Australian history. His initials etched onto the coin stand as a lasting legacy of that extraordinary achievement. The symbolism of the animals cannot be ignored. The koala, wombat, and lorikeet represent Australia's distinctive wildlife, creatures beloved both domestically and abroad. Together, they symbolize diversity, resilience, and beauty, qualities deeply tied to the national identity. To see them interpreted through a child's perspective only deepens the emotional resonance of the design. In terms of mintage, over 22 million coins were struck for circulation, meaning they were widely distributed across the country. For this reason, circulated examples are still commonly found in change today. However, coins preserved in excellent condition, like the one described here, are significantly harder to find and hold much stronger numismatic value. The value of the coin varies greatly, depending on condition. Circulated examples generally sell for around $1 to $3 Australian, just above face value. But coins in very fine to excellent condition can fetch $8 to $15 Australian, while pristine uncirculated or proof examples climb higher, sometimes into the $25 to $40 Australian range. Rare mint era versions could push values even further, potentially making them worth hundreds to specialized collectors. What makes this coin especially desirable is its broad appeal. It draws interest not only from traditional numismatists, but also from educators, families, and younger collectors who find inspiration in the story of John Serrano's design. It bridges generations, making coin collecting more accessible and exciting for newcomers to the hobby. The emotional power of this coin cannot be overstated. Every time collectors hold it, they are reminded of youthful imagination and the importance of giving children a platform to express themselves. It's a coin that goes beyond metal and value. It carries the spirit of creativity, optimism, and national pride. Its international appeal also adds to its demand. Collectors around the world are intrigued by coins designed by children, as they are extremely rare in global numismatics. For international buyers, the combination of uniquely Australian animals and the story of a young artist makes this coin stand out in their collections. The excellent condition of the coin described here ensures it maintains much higher value than a standard circulated piece. With sharp details, minimal wear, and preserved luster, such a coin is significantly rarer and more attractive to collectors. Condition is king in numismatics, and this coin's quality elevates it beyond the ordinary. From an investment perspective, the 2004 50-cent coin holds solid potential. While its wide mintage means it may never be ultra-rare, examples in mint state condition or with mint errors could appreciate steadily over the years. As commemorative Australian coins continue to grow in popularity, this issue's unique origin story guarantees it will remain in demand. Many collectors aim to build a set of Australian commemorative 50-cent coins, and the 2004 issue is an essential piece of that puzzle. Without it, no collection feels complete, as it represents one of the most human and heartfelt designs ever to grace the denomination. The 2004 commemorative Australian 50-cent coin is more than just change. It is a canvas of childhood imagination preserved in metal. Designed by a 12-year-old, featuring beloved Australian animals, and struck in massive numbers for the nation, it remains one of the most inspiring issues of the modern coinage era. For those lucky enough to own it in excellent condition, it is not just a collectible. It is a story, a treasure, and a piece of Australia's heart. Next up, the year 1980 may seem like just another chapter in Australia's coinage history, but the 50-cent coin minted in that year carries more intrigue and collector attention than most people realize. At first glance, it looks like any ordinary coin you might find in your loose change, but when examined closely, the 1980 50-cent piece tells a story of national pride, fascinating design, and hidden numismatic value that could surprise even seasoned collectors. The obverse of the coin features the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This effigy, used on Australian coinage from 1966 to 1984, shows the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a design admired for its elegance and fine detail. By 1980, this portrait had already become deeply familiar to Australians, appearing on millions of coins circulating across the country. The reverse, however, holds the true identity of the 50-cent denomination. Here sits the Australian coat of arms, proudly displayed with the kangaroo and emu standing as national supporters on either side of the shield. The shield itself bears symbols representing the 6 states of the Commonwealth, crowned by the 7-pointed Federation star. Around the design, bold lettering reads Australia and 50, marking both the nation and the denomination. This design, created by Stuart Devlin, has stood the test of time and remains one of the most iconic reverse motifs in Australian coinage history. When it comes to specifications, the 1980 Australian 50-cent coin fits within the standard features introduced in 1969 after the withdrawal of the original 1966 round silver issue. It is struck in cupronickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel, weighs 15.55 grams, and measures 31.51 millimeters across, with a distinctive 12-sided dodecagonal shape that prevents confusion with the 20-cent coin. These specifications were deliberately chosen to ensure durability and ease of recognition in circulation. What makes the 1980 coin particularly interesting is its mintage figures. That year, the Royal Australian Mint struck over 25 million coins, a sizable number, but many have since worn down through decades of circulation. Finding one today in very fine condition, such as the example we are focusing on, is far less common than most assume. Each grade higher in condition reduces the number of surviving coins significantly, giving higher-grade specimens increasing desirability. Collectors place immense value on condition. A coin in very fine condition shows clear detail, moderate wear, and retains much of its original sharpness. This makes it a much more appealing piece than a heavily circulated one. And while not as pristine as uncirculated examples, a very fine 1980 50-cent coin strikes a balance between affordability and collectible charm, making it a key acquisition for budding numismatists. The market value of the 1980 50-cent coin varies widely. Circulated examples generally sell for face value or slightly above, but coins in very fine condition can fetch anywhere from $3 to $10 Australian dollars, depending on demand. Higher grades, especially uncirculated coins or proof issues from mint sets, can reach values of $20 to $50 AUD. And in rare cases of minting errors, such as misstrikes, off-center strikes, or double obverse/reverse impressions, the value can soar into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Why would a coin minted in the millions hold such potential? The answer lies in collector demand and error rarity. The 1980 50-cent coin is known among enthusiasts for varieties such as die clashes and off-center strikes, making certain examples incredibly valuable. A simple difference overlooked by the untrained can turn a 50-cent piece into a numismatic treasure worth far more than its face value. This makes the 1980 coin one of those hidden gems that could, in theory, make you a small fortune if you happen upon the right example. Imagine sorting through a jar of change and discovering a mint error worth hundreds of dollars. It has happened before, and it continues to drive treasure hunters to pay close attention to every coin they encounter. Beyond its value, the coin represents a piece of Australian heritage. The coat of arms design immortalized on its reverse ties every owner of the coin back to the identity of the nation itself. For Australians, it is more than metal. It is a tangible reminder of their culture, history, and national symbols. This emotional connection makes it an appealing collectible not just within Australia, but internationally as well. The international coin market has also grown in recent years, with collectors from around the world eager to acquire unique coins from Commonwealth nations. The 1980 50-cent coin, with its bold design, iconic shape, and historical portrait of the Queen, has become a favorite among overseas collectors looking to diversify their portfolios with distinctly Australian pieces. Over 4 decades later, many of these coins have been lost, damaged, or heavily worn. This makes finding them in collectible condition all the more challenging. As supply tightens while demand grows, values are likely to rise steadily, giving even very fine examples the potential to appreciate in the long term. For collectors, this coin is a reminder of the importance of checking every detail. The initials of the designer, the portrait style, the clarity of the shield on the coat of arms. All these features can determine value. And with the ever-present possibility of mint errors, number 1980 50-cent coin should be overlooked. In the world of numismatics, not every coin needs to be rare to be valuable. Sometimes, it is the story, the design, and the condition that drive the appeal. The 1980 Australian 50-cent coin has all of these qualities, a design rich in meaning, a mintage that leaves room for rarity in higher grades, and an enduring legacy in Australian coinage. In conclusion, the 1980 50-cent piece may not make every collector a millionaire, but it is a coin with undeniable charm, strong demand, and hidden potential. For those willing to look closely, it offers far more than its face value suggests. It is a small but significant treasure, a piece of national identity, and a reminder that every coin in your pocket may hold a story worth discovering.